What are some good first date questions to get to know someone? What's the largest mammal you think you could knock out with a single punch? What are some things our parents don't know about you? Will you marry me? Yes. Whoa, that was easy. I've got to try this. Why are you gay using Ugandan accent? Have you ever had a dream that you had to, you could, you do, you it, you are, you could do so, you do you could, you wanted them to do you so much you could do anything? I read this like 4 times in a row and each time was more magical than the last. On our first date my husband and I did a thing where one of us would choose a year then we'd both say what we were doing in that year of our lives. It was a great way to get to know each other. I literally don't remember what I was doing this morning. Yeah, while this does sound like a great idea, I already forgot what I ate for dinner an hour ago. I don't think I would do so well with this one. Jesus Christ. How old are you? My story begins in 1922. We had to say Dongeti because the Kaiser had stolen our word 20. I chased that rascal to get it back, but gave up after Dongeti 6 miles. I had an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time. If their name is an uncommon one, make sure you ask what's the correct pronunciation. Literally the first thing I said to my husband on our first date was hello followed by a butchered attempt to say his name. He replied, "What did you just call me?" And up until that moment, I had never before felt the urge to jump into the nearby creek in mid-February. Mayo, what's his name though? Bob. Pronounced Xahawka. Pronounced Bob. Which vegetable offends you the most? Kumquats. That's a fruit. Next. It's for a church, honey. Next. Favorite dinosaur? Triceratops. Specifically blue ones. Growing up sucks. People aren't nearly as eager to know what my favorite dinosaur is. It's a Gorgosaurus. You don't care. I have googled Gorgosaurus and wish to subscribe to your newsletter. Which side were you rooting for in World War II? Dating a 90-year-old? Silver chaser. Wish granted. Went on a first date and I don't know how the convo got there, but she ended up saying, "You know, I think Hitler was a pretty smart guy." I was like, okay. Do you have any outstanding warrants? LOL, a bounty hunter that catches bail jumpers with Tinder. Well, either I get the bounty or the booty. Either way I win. You can get booty with the bounty, and sometimes booty is the bounty. And if you're lucky the booty is bountiful. I take it you're trying to date and are nervous? Honestly, there is no rulebook questions you should really abide to. Just get to talking. Start off with small talk openers like where did you go to school? Where do you work? Do you like this and that? Eventually you'll get around to talking about hobbies, experiences. You can tater off and then talk about your own experiences and just ping pong off of each other. Eventually you get a pretty good feel of that person as genuine or fake. That's how most conversations start sounding natural with a good flow. Of course, if you get somebody that sees you and finds you but ugly, then you won't get any responses at all. And any questions you ask would lead to no information about them. That's great advice. Thank you. We've known each other for a little while now and I just wanted to get some ideas in case the conversation stopped. Definitely nervous though. OkCupid had a really cool blog about statistics from their huge user base. The 3 questions they found were best predictors for compatibility. Do you like scary movies? Have you ever traveled alone in another country? Wouldn't it be fun to chuck it all and live on a sailboat? If you agree on those 3, you're likeliest to succeed. This sounds interesting. Can you please share the link to the article? What was your first pet's name? What was your second grade teacher's name? What was the make and model of your first car? What is the name of the road you grew up on? What city were you born in? Then read all their emails and DMs. Good way to get to know someone. If you had to choose any 8 characters, numerical, uppercase, lowercase, and special included, what would they be? Hunter 2. Weird, you would choose 7 asterisks? What? He said. What asterisks? What do you like doing in your free time? I never asked about people's jobs. I didn't really care how they got their money. I cared how they got their excitement and passion. Joke's on you, my answer is work more. What are some good first date questions to get to know someone? Hypothetically speaking, if you were on a first date with someone and it was going really well, would you want that person to bring up that they are down to eat ass, or would you rather wait till you asked them? Ask them who their favorite Muppet is. If they choose anyone other than Gonzo, explain why they are wrong and then leave. Norman. Animal for life. Then the rest of Electric Mayhem. The Swedish chef should really be a part of this conversation. Bork bork bork. Lots of hypothetical situation questions. I find they help you understand how they think and prioritize their lives. For example, if you could travel anywhere in the world for a month, all expenses paid, where would you go? What would you do? Stuff like this is more fun too, even with just getting to know friends. If you could unpillage and unrape a place ravaged by Genghis Khan, which area and why? Not something Genghis Khan did, but one of his grandsons sacked and burned Baghdad in the 1200s, and the loss of that library was nearly as bad as Alexandria. I've heard that the sacking of Baghdad was likely more significant in terms of knowledge lost. Most scripts from Alexandria are believed copied, and some of the information there was shipping related. For example, if you could travel anywhere in the world for a month, all expenses paid, where would you go? What would you do? I hate this question, lol. My favorite vacation spot in the world is relaxing at home like the lame piece of it I am. Fun, open-ended questions that lets them talk about them a bit. Stuff like, what are your political leanings? Are you religious? What is your stance on the Armenian genocide? The what? Exactly. No, I don't remember anything happening in Tiananmen Square. Why don't you put away your phone? Ugh. I've been off the market for 20 years. That situation must be unbearable. Just recently back on the market after 12 years, and I'll say this. If they can't keep their phone down, they're not into you anyway. Move on. Does this look infected? Your parents are about to be executed. You are given a chance to save only one of them. Which one do you choose? Bonus points if you follow up with, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Considering I only have one living, this is an easy choice. Not sure if you want to kill your parent or save them. What unresolved childhood trauma will emerge through maladaptive behaviors as we spend more time together? Girls love when I ask this. Then again, I'm a therapist. No, you don't ask that on the first date. You let that shine through naturally during the relationship and get to enjoy the surprise like the rest of us. It's like a glittery bath bomb with the prizes inside, but instead of lavender scents, moisturizing oils and some cheap crystals, you get to watch someone slowly fall apart from the crippling dread and surreal imminence of reliving a toxic codependent relationship with their mother. But only it's with you, you beautiful idiot. I see you have dated my exes. I don't know if it's good for a date, but it's fun to ask strangers, what's your favorite compliment? It gives you a lot of information, and I think it starts a conversation pretty easily. How many walkers have you killed? How many people have you killed? Why? Can anyone give an answer on how to get a first date? Let's not put the cart before the horse. Be attractive. Ask out a single someone who finds you attractive. Be attractive. Got it. Quick follow-up. Can anyone give some advice on how to be attractive? Don't be unattractive. Do you use Reddit? If they say no, you can safely say something like, oh, okay, and change the subject. But if they say yes, then you need to get up and walk away. Why do you need to ask? Can't you just see they're a fat, greasy social outcast without any social skills or redeeming qualities? What a bunch of losers. Those Redditors. They'll never have a social life. You got STDs? THX for silver. Would you like some? You know, some clap might make my life better. This isn't so much questions, but a little game you can play that can help break the ice and let you know how well you mesh together. If you're at a place like a bar or restaurant, look around the room and try to come up with backstories for other people there. It can be a lot of fun and takes some of the pressure off. while getting you two talking to each other and getting a feel for each other's sense of humor / personality. I tried this game once with a girl. We were guessing how many dates this other couple had been on. It was our third. I was guessing low, 2 or 3 dates tops. She then just walked up and asked them. They had been together 2 years. I nearly died from embarrassment. Nah, she's the girl you want. She'll support you through and through. If you lost her, go find her. Well, she did this while we were on a weekend-long drugs and alcohol bender and I had only been separated from my wife for a couple of months. Her last text to me was that she's dropping acid with one of her other Tinder friends. I heard from her favorite bartender that she went back to the Czech Republic. That took a wild turn. As you sit over coffee, get beyond the usual nice to meet you, how was traffic, having a good day to get the conversation flowing. The next question should always be, so are you aware that you need to put a serious tag on a post if you want to get good answers? Learned a valuable lesson about tagging posts on Reddit today. LOL, I don't post often and learned this the hard way. At least you get lots of karma. So are you aware that you need to put a serious tag on a post if you want to get good answers? That's a terrible icebreaker.